It wasn't just a debate, it was an earthquake in the culture war. Live on stage. Under the sharp lights of Atlanta University's Grand Auditorium, a national conversation that had been simmering for years finally exploded into public view. There were no teleprompters, no movie trailers, no campaign ads. Just two women, one from the highest levels of government, the other from the pinnacle of Hollywood, locked in a battle not just of words but of worlds. On one side, Caroline Leavitt. At just 27 years old, she had become a face of the new conservative movement, a press secretary who didn't just echo talking points, but crafted them, launched them, weaponized them, composed, calculating, unshakably strategic. And on the other, Jennifer Lawrence, the Oscar-winning actress, Kentucky-born, red carpet proven, and lately politically outspoken. She'd gone from blockbusters to ballot boxes, channeling her fame into activism, determined to prove that influence wasn't just about applause. The stage was set, the stakes were clear, and America was watching. The forum had been marketed as a civil exchange on the role of public figures in democracy. What it became was something else entirely, something raw, something revealing, a clash between what influence means and who deserves to wield it. The moderator welcomed them, her voice professional but tight. Even she knew this would be more than a dialogue. First question, she said, do celebrities have a responsibility to engage in politics? Jennifer took the mic first. Her voice was warm, confident, rehearsed, but not in a disingenuous way. When you have a platform, silence becomes complicity, she said. Whether it's climate change, women's rights, or gun violence, if I don't speak, I become part of the problem. The crowd applauded, more polite than passionate. But Caroline Leavitt didn't flinch. She leaned into her mic, her voice cool and unshaken. Silence can be complicity, she said, but noise without accountability? That's just performance. Gasps, then silence, and then a single clap from the back, then another, then murmurs across the room. You're a celebrity, Jennifer, Caroline continued. You campaign from sound stages. I show up in hearings. You read scripts. I read legislation. That's the difference. For a beat, Jennifer's smile froze, and when she answered, her tone had changed. I may be a celebrity, but I came from a working-class family, from Kentucky. When I speak out, it's not theater, it's duty, because people are listening. The younger half of the crowd erupted in cheers. The older half, arms crossed, measuring. Caroline nodded slowly. Exactly. People do listen to you. That's why it's dangerous when half-formed talking points, without context, without consequence, get broadcast to millions. From there, the battle was on. Clips from the exchange exploded online. TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all flooded with edits, reaction videos, and commentary. Hashtags divided the nation. #, Team Caroline, #, DefendGen, celebs in politics. Overnight, what was supposed to be a forum became the story of the week. Cable news scrambled to catch up. 2 days later, Caroline appeared on a syndicated conservative panel, doubling down on her critique. Leadership isn't donating money you won't miss, she said. It's showing up for voters who won't always clap. The clip blew up. Right-wing influencers called it a mic drop moment. The right applauded, the left waited. Then Jennifer Lawrence broke her silence. Not with a press tour or late-night interview, but with a raw, unedited video posted to Instagram. No makeup, no stylist, just her in the front-facing camera. To be told I'm just a celebrity because I wore a gown on a red carpet? That's not criticism, she said. That's strategy. They want me loud but not honest. 10 million views in under 6 hours. Comment sections split. Some hailed her vulnerability. Others called it a carefully crafted PR move. Caroline's team? They weren't worried. Yet. But then came the twist. Jennifer didn't retreat. She went to Washington. At a press conference hosted by the nonpartisan group Civic Voices, she unveiled something no one saw coming. The Table Project. A $2 million personal initiative to provide scholarships for low-income women entering public service. Workshops on policy literacy. Forums in swing states. And she named Caroline. We don't have to agree, Jennifer said. But when women with platforms use them to tear each other down, we all lose. Carolyn, mid-flight to a campaign event, saw the headline before the wheels touched down. Her response came fast. She reposted her own quote, "Leadership isn't donating millions you won't miss. It's facing voters who won't always clap." But behind the scenes, she knew this wasn't going away with another soundbite. So her team pivoted. They drafted a letter. Public, director, no spin. An open invitation to Jennifer Lawrence. A live, unscripted conversation. No moderators, no handlers. Just the two of them, face to face. The letter went viral, again. Jennifer's reply? 3 words posted to her story, along with a photo of the invite. Name the time. They did. Columbia University. Neutral ground. Academic credibility. A space big enough for both an audience and a reckoning. Outside, protesters chanted. Inside, phones buzzed, journalists jostled, and history waited. Caroline wore a tailored navy blazer. Jennifer arrived in a modest gray suit. No designer shoes, no glam squad. Just 2 women ready to speak, for themselves and for the millions behind them. The first question, what qualifies you to lead change in America? Caroline didn't hesitate. I've worked inside the system. I've written bills. I've met veterans, farmers, families choosing between gas and groceries. My voice isn't scripted. It's earned. Applause. Jennifer nodded. And when you dismiss people like me, who didn't come up through Washington, you don't silence critics. You silence citizens. More applause. Different side. Another question. What's the line between influence and responsibility? Caroline again. Influence is attention. Responsibility is what you do with it. I get up every day to answer constituents' emails. You get up and trend. Gasps. Jennifer's answer was quieter, but it cut. I don't get emails from constituents. I get death threats. I speak out, and half the country tries to cancel me. I may not wear a badge, but I know the cost of using my voice. A hush, and then a moment. A young woman stood in the second row, shaky voice. How do we trust any of this? This feels like a fight between you two, not a path forward. Silence. Then Caroline, voice softer. I ran for office to lift voices like yours, but the media made Jennifer a savior because she's famous. I had to smash through doors. She was handed a platform. Jennifer didn't flinch. You know what it's like to be underestimated. So do I. But I've never claimed to be perfect. Just willing and brave enough to speak when it's messy. Then it happened. Caroline looked across the stage. Maybe the fight shouldn't be between us. Maybe it's against the systems that profit from keeping us divided. Applause, real, unified, electric. A hashtag was born that night. #, voice and vote. And for once, it wasn't tribal. News anchors called it the most authentic political exchange in a generation. And when Caroline and Jennifer walked off stage, side by side, it wasn't a truce. It was a beginning. They launched a joint series of town halls in key districts. Caroline brought policy, Jennifer brought visibility. Together, they turned discord into dialogue. And as they did, something shifted in the American story. Because this wasn't about Hollywood versus Washington. It was about what happens when 2 voices stop shouting and start building. Because maybe the future isn't red or blue. Maybe it's about people brave enough to step into the light, speak their truth, and share the mic. In the end, this wasn't just a clash of ideologies. It was a test of humility, of listening, of courage under scrutiny. 2 women, different lives, different paths, but both willing to challenge the systems that divide us. And maybe that's where real change begins. If you believe in stories that break the mold, moments that rewrite the script, and people who dare to lead differently, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon for more from HillStories, because every voice has a place, especially yours.